Good afternoon, Marcus.
Hey, how you doing?
And well, yourself?
Yeah. Trying to figure out how the mega cab works today. Not much going on today. Huh?
No, I'm on there now. It says that you're supposed to be like registering or meeting your team huddle room, and mine just says 17 hours left presenting now. Oh.
But yeah, I'm going to go there to whatever's going on at the Ritz tomorrow. Ritz Carlton.
Yeah, I'll be out there in the morning, so I'll see y'all out there.
Yeah, I don't live too far away, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm down on Thornydale, so for me it's just a hike up the hill.
Yeah, I'm not La Cañada in Nor Valley. Let's see.
Yeah, it'll be good stuff. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I think tomorrow's going to be the big chock full of stuff because it's mostly Gary, the big staff, and then Wednesday seems to be a lot more of the breakout sessions. Did you go through on your Mega Camp access portal and create your agenda yet?
Agenda? No. Hold on. Let's see.
So when you log in, it'll give you you can go to the agenda and then start looking at the tabs you want, and it'll pull up in your own agenda, so it makes it easier for you to see what you've pre-selected.
Okay. So, full agenda. Tuesday. Do you have to follow it or what?
Just put a heart on is what it did for me.
Yeah. There it is. When are you going to be there?
I'll be there tomorrow in the morning. Just help set up, but I'll be there most this week. I'll be at Dead Mountain.
Okay. See, it already starts at 8:30. Well,
yeah, remember those times on there are 2 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wait, 6:30 then. Oh God. So Gary's starts at 8 our time. Oh shit. Okay, getting up early.
Right. Hey, Miss Robin. I saw you sent a listing over to Debbie.
I did.
Okay.
I think they might like that they're worried about his commercial truck.
Yeah, it's one of the key things is off-road parking and hopefully a place they can slide the vehicle up on the side of the house.
So this one has a double vehicle wide gate to get to the yard. So maybe.
Decent garage. Big ass yard. Horseshoe pit. There you go. Yeah, so vehicle gate. That's nice.
It's like the ones we were looking on River Run. When I read the CCNRs, they made me a little worried, like the commercial truck's not even supposed to stay in the driveway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They really need to be a little bit further out, and they can buy a house with no HOA off of Ajo. I think that'd be ideal, but I think it's still a little too far from where they want to be. But hi, Eileen. Hi, Miss Cindy.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
Well, glad to see your face on.
Well, I've been listening to, I ordered the audio of Hold, and I've been listening to.
Awesome. How do you like it so far?
Um, well, what's really interesting to me is that um, actually it's like it's addressing a potential investor,
Yeah.
which is kind of good for us because if people listen to that and they're interested in it, it kind of sets the stage for us, so it makes it a little bit easier to talk to them and to kind of know the steps. And basically it's promoting, to get a good realtor to help you through it.
Yeah, I like that too. I just started mine the other day too. I'm on page 21, but it definitely focuses on if you're going to be in real estate, you're going to be an investor, get a partner. And being a real estate focused investor, it's good to have a realtor on your side to help you find these deals, to help shop for things, but also understands investing themselves. So I think it's a great time for us to be learning about all this, is because it's just going to make us that much more dynamic in the abilities to help our agents or our clients out. So
Yeah,
Teresa Zizak, she's already gotten she got 2 investors. She's working on 3 deals right now. So 6 months
wow.
hasn't touched a contract. Now she's got three listings she's working and 2 investors with 3 deals just with those 2. So she'll probably close out this year over 10 deals after a 6-month delay of anything.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I like to see you guys do that because it's all about the success you build when you're growing in the department. So.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. He talks about leveraging your own house if you're able to do that. A lot of people don't want to do that because they feel like it's too risky, but
Yeah, a lot of people don't have the cash to come up with the 25% down on the house. So it makes sense. I've heard a lot of people leveraging cash out refis to buy another property and then utilizing the equity to pay back the refi loan.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you going to get yourself another investment property, Miss Cindy?
Am I going to say that again?
Are you going to get yourself an investment property now?
Well, I'm thinking about it.
I like it.
I want to learn about it a little bit more. It's kind of a lot to digest.
Really, it's a big change. It's a change in mindset, that's for sure. I read something the other day, it was kind of insightful, was the society has taught us to thought linearly in a linear manner where we're looking at how many hours we work and how much we get paid per hour is how much we make, not changing our mindset into a profit base of our time is static. Our time, we have so many hours. What can we do in that time? What can we sell at an exponential amount to make more and more money? So it's not just X for X equals X. It allows you to make a lot more money per hour. And to think about exchanging time for money, I would rather invest time in a product and sell that product for money, because then you control the rate, not somebody else.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a good concept what he has, and I seriously am thinking about doing that, but I want to think it through so that I have my strategy.
Oh yeah.
And I know how it's going to fit into my life, so that so it's not, it's not something you can just jump into. I think you have to think about it a little bit.
I think you got to get your mindset around it. Having the understanding of what you're talking about in a practical sense is really good. Having, fundamental knowledge is helpful. So blending the two together, those who do a ton of investing can speak about it eloquently and have good conversations around it. Those who research investing a ton still don't have a little of that polish just being in the market gives you. So I think being surrounded by these classes we've been having lately, where it's focused on investing, focused on
yeah,
wealth.
Yeah, you have to get in there and do it.
You got to get in there and
maybe not. Got to get your feet wet.
Yeah, you do. It's real hard to sell homes if you don't understand what a home is. It's easy to sell houses.
Yeah.
Homes and houses.
Yeah.
So no, I like it because then we have the opportunity to learn from others. I'm enjoying
And
that.
I think I think it would be good to have an investment partner, somebody that you could do it with, you know, and that's where it takes some time to find somebody that's compatible and that wants, you know, that's kind of on the same page.
Yeah. I think the partnership in that actually goes into line with coaching too, is accountability. You have to bounce your ideas off of somebody. You have to, rely on the input of others instead of just making decisions solely based on your feelings or thoughts. It allows you to help somebody else. That's a good idea. I like that.
Yep.
Well, guys, today was kind of just an impromptu to talk to you about some things we've got going on. I know that Marcus is signed up for Mega Camp. I don't know who else is. Eileen, did you get signed up? You are, Robin?
Yep.
No.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so today is the last day, I think, get signed up on that $80 thing for the course the next 3 days. It's going to be some good stuff. We're already kicking off some of the introductions now. That's where a lot of our people are, is in those classes at this moment. I think there's a script off going right now, so I don't know if it'll work because I was going to see if I can snag in there and steal it, but did you guys have any things you were struggling with? Dory, did you get everything taken care of at your with your sale? Did you got that AC get taken care of? I think we lost Dory.
So Dan, this afternoon I'm going to show some more houses northwest. 245 list on one, 250 on another. What is a realistic offer? Like, do you have to go in thinking you've got to be starting like 10 over that, or?
Unfortunately, that's where you're at, is the market's 5 to 10%. If you're at $240,000 price point, $10,000 is probably not going to be far off in the appraisal scope. But even Melissa, she had that house that she's got listed at 245, 249. Offer came in at 260, and the appraisal came in at 249. So I mean, even if they're willing to pay that much, it kills a lot of value in the deal. Because if a seller is stuck on, well, I got 3 offers at 260, I'm going to sell it for 260, and the appraisal comes back at 245, then there's nothing you can do about it. The seller is going to be stuck on that mindset of, I'm getting 260 for it, and they're not as likely to back that price down to what the actual value is. And then your buyer's out inspections, they're out in the appraisal, and it just creates a problem.
So it makes me worried about how to advise them, being realistic for a deal that will work.
Yeah, like the one you sent in the chat, it was like 230, 245, or what is it, 230 something? They want
Listed at 230, so we went $7,000 over the list price, but the winning offer was at 255. And for us to be a backup offer now, I asked to be a backup offer, we have to be at 255. And it was listed at 230. And that's the one you looked at the comps that night. I asked the PC group to help me with the comps.
Oh, okay.
And we felt like 237 was okay.
Hi, Ms. Dory.
Hello.
Tech issues. But no, you're right. It's looking at those comps and identifying what a reasonable offer is. Unfortunately, right now, the selling price is a starting point. It's not being identified as such to our clients as well when they're so used to negotiating down. Now it's a starting point going up. And people are throwing money at it, 250, 260, 270, and because it's going to change your payment $100 a month. Who cares? And all fine and well. And if that was it, the market dictates what we pay for the house. The problem is the appraisers come in and go, not worth it. I got to justify value on 6 months ago. What happened 6 months ago today?
Pandemic.
Right when it started, like literally right when it started. So the empirical data we have from now moving forward is going to be a little delay because we didn't see these huge market upticks until like April, June-ish. So now we're going to start seeing that like as things sell, but it's going to be one of those, even if there want to be a backup position, 250 on that house never going to appraise.
And my buyer doesn't have cash to make up the difference.
So then he's gambling is at his inspections and appraisal fee. That's what I told people, if you're putting in offers that are super aggressive on houses, put in page 8 that in the event that the property fails to appraise, that the seller will refund the inspection and the appraisal. I think I sent that to Amber the other day, and she's like, well, I wish I had known that beforehand, because she was working a deal down. But it pretty much reads, in the case that the purchase price is not, if the subject property fails to appraise for the purchase price, and the seller fails to reduce the price to the appraisal price, the seller agrees to reimburse the buyer for the appraisal and inspection fees.
Wouldn't it behoove the seller to lower the price? Because it's not going to appraise higher next week, right?
Well, unfortunately, some sellers take the gambling risk that will happen, and they feel like I got 3 offers a higher amount than the appraisal came in. I'm just going to wait and get a cash offer.
Ah, okay.
But you're absolutely right, Dory. It would definitely be in the best interest of the seller to agree to terms on the market. And I'm sure their agent had a conversation with them at one point saying, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, your home is worth about $245, $250. In the event that we get some offers above that, what do you plan on doing? And if they come in at $260, $265, it looks great on paper. Hell yeah, you're making another 10, 15 grand.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't appraise, then we're back to where you and I originally started. And you'll deal with what I call seller greed. Laura knows it. I'm sure anyone that Kim's done on a couple listings, anyone's got a listing out there has seen seller greed. As soon as they get that first offer, they're like, do you think we should wait for more? Do you think we can get some more out there? We got an offer so fast. We think we should wait for more?
Right.
Every time. And I've told people all the time, like, you're going to get the first offer. The first offer is going to be the best offer. And then they're like, well, do you think we should wait? We can wait one more day and get more out? No. Well, they already offered 267. Maybe someone comes in at 268. Or maybe they don't. But it's the seller greed takes over, especially if you have an offer that's been accepted, you're under contract, you're moving down the pipeline for something that's 10, 15, 20,000 over ask. Because now they've, in their mind, sold themselves on the idea that my house is worth 260 plus instead of 240 plus. So I've got a 2-bedroom house on the east side we're working on that, I think the appraised value is like 195, 199. We put an offer at 203. So not huge over. We just wanted to be aggressive, and it didn't appraise. The funny thing is the appraisal won't even tell me what the appraisal one came for. They issued the Tidewater, which is a VA loan thing. So Tidewater, in the event that it doesn't appraise, it allows the agents time to collect other data and other points of contention to argue the valuation, which is nice. I've just never seen them issue a Tidewater without issuing the appraisal first. So myself and the seller's agent don't know what the appraised value is. They just told us, hey, it didn't appraise. Give us your proof. It's kind of like, well, how did I know you did your job? So another thing that Robin caught the other day, well, it was Teresa that caught it. Just use Robin's help. Is there's people out there selling houses right now that should not be sold. Half this house wasn't permitted. So we need to start doing, we don't require property verifications on houses that are under contract. It's kind of a shame. We should, because it makes you do research. You should always be researching the properties that you're going to go show so you have an understanding of it. And then if your buyers are really interested, go in and do some research after the fact. If it's got an addition, you need to go see if it's permitted. Ask that question. The listing agent on this property, they're selling it for $260,000. Half of the house isn't legal. The seller did the work and then died.
And it's big money to permit it after the fact, and they're gonna have to get engineering and architectural drawings and.
Big money and fines. Big money and fines. And Robin can attest to how much those can be. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars at some points. So I don't want your buyers or your sellers, if you're a seller's agent, to get hung with that. So take some time. Don't just get super excited about getting a contract. Let's take some time and do the research behind the scenes. If you need help, we do have those resources. I was actually going to ask Robin if she could help us show where she gets her information. So if you guys wouldn't mind, I'll share the screen to Miss Robin, if you want to do that.
Sure. Actually, you know, I can talk you through it. If it's super easy. So from the MLS, when you go to that Pima County GIS information page.
Let me go there. We'll walk through it, okay? You guys should all see my screen right now. My big black Google screen. We're going to go to the TAR. We're going to log into Tucson Association of Realtors. All right, from here, should I be on the main one?
We just need to go look at a house.
Okay, so we're gonna go look at a house.
So what's a good address?
Here's my house.
Okay. Then click on the link for Pima County GIS.
Where's that at?
So the address and then the county says Pima Country.
Okay. Oh, right here, gotcha.
So then here's the data we're used to looking at. It gives us the owner, the legal description, but you want to come down to this section that says permits. And so if it's super old, the first thing I do is I go and check the historical one, and you just click on it. And then you hit search. And there is an old permit card here. So this is the original permit from 1978. And it's for a residence. So this is the original SFR permit. And then you make sure, you know, sometimes these didn't get indexed correctly, but that is your address, that is the legal. So that's the original permit for the house. They don't give you a lot of information.
Awesome. Now we do any other adjusted permits. We go back to the GIS.
And now
Permits.
look at, yep, go to the permit database search.
That is so much easier than the way I was looking up permits. I would go to the Pima County website and I get lost every time. I did not realize clicking on it would.
So this just brought you to the land permitting customer portal. The easiest thing to do right here, like there's so many different ways you can get there, but that search bar in the top right corner, the easiest thing is to put the number and the street name, and less is more. So don't put the prefix, don't put the suffix, that's it. And now here you see a list of the permits. So there's an electrical permit. So that Big Dan did that. Did you or no, Mark?
Yeah, that was for my electrical panel.
Yep. And there was a right-of-way permit, which is usually nothing. Somebody did something in the right-of-way in the road out front. So like you guys can't get to drawings and other things, but this at least gives you the basics about the permit and what it was for. And if you come up with absolutely no permits and you had an addition, you know there might be a problem.
Got a pool.
Gotta love the pool.
All right.
So that's the easiest way. I mean, and it's super fast, like you're right there in your MLS anyway. But now this, if you're in City of Tucson jurisdiction, and it's never been part of the county. So some areas got annexed and will have the permits, but if it's purely City of Tucson, then you have to go to their property research website, which is, got too many computers here. And I hate to say this, but their website's not as reliable. So like today, their website's not working. But I'm gonna put the address in the chat. And I don't know, they're having some issues today, but you should be able to go to this website and then click on address search and put your address in. So that's if you're in the City of Tucson's jurisdiction. And if you're in Marana's jurisdiction, you have to go to Marana. Oh, yours is working. See, mine isn't.
So who's got an address of a Tucson house? Just Tucson.
Me? Just like at my house?
No. Well,
In the
yours-
city's jurisdiction.
I think yours used to be Pima County at one point, though, Renee.
You think what?
So we're looking for a house that would be like Tucson only, or never part of Pima County.
Oh.
So like Grant and Stone or,
Try 5772 East Waverly. The address?
it doesn't like that address.
Robin,
Yes?
1248 West Franklin. I think that's the right address.
1248.
Okay, so yeah, so it shows up at the bottom. Permits.
Yep. So those are,
And it's a new build, so there should be permits.
those are complaints.
Dory, I'm sorry, what was that address, Dory?
1248 West Franklin.
I don't know. I'm not pulling up that address though.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, that's because my brain don't work.
Too many numbers, that's all. Let's see.
Let me check it. Because I know it's in Menlo Park, so I know it's in the city of.
Franklin Road, San Simone. Yeah, I just thought it'd be important for you guys to be able to pull up these permits because they've been biting us lately. So knowing where to find them, how to find them, super important.
Oh, here's another in the city, 221 East 23rd.
Yeah, so it'll bring down HVAC.
And look, they got in trouble, work without permits.
Work without permits. Oh, geez. A tree was planted without a permit. Well, it's good to know these things. So it just helps you protect your clients. Now, do you happen to know the one from Marana, Miss Robin?
Marana? Yep, let me get there.
So far, you guys need to write down the Tucson one, which is in the chat. She's going to put the other one in the chat. And the Pima County, which is going to be most prevalent to help you out, is real simple to find. The Pima GIS, Geographic Information System, is right there at the bottom of any parcel ID. And the cool thing about this is we can go to any house. So we'll just do you can click on it and bring up information. I did this one so I could show you. Do you know if you need to go in an airport? Click on that for the airport. So you need the airport disclosure. It's going to let you know if the property is inside or outside of an airport. And it'll tell you which one it's in. You want to know if it's in an association? Nope, no association, no neighborhood association, but it is in the San Gabriel neighborhood. Why is that important? Some neighborhoods bring a whole lot more value than others. If they are on like a dividing street and it does not have the Sam Hughes designation neighborhood, is it worth as much as the other one? They might be in the same zip code. They might be in the same geographic area. They might be in the same, foot away from your comp. But if they don't have that same neighborhood designation, it can change everything. This is where I want you to find the information about your properties. You can go in there and find your permits. You can see if it has a sewer connection. You can do a real estate tax inquiry, and then you have all of this great information that's laid out for you. If you got a client that asks you which school you go to, click on schools. Guess what? It'll bring up the schools you go to in that area. Did you get the one for Moran on there?
I put it in the chat.
Awesome. So where is my chat? There it is. So
then you go under permits and you go search. And then change that to address. And then like you can put 5445 or yeah, whatever.
Thanks for the links.
look at all these.
And then my house is Bahada.
Bahada Drive. You got a pool from Presidential Pools.
We did.
So that's pretty cool. It gives you all that stuff so you can see the permits right away. So write down those. Laura put in the chat, if you haven't taken a property verification course, do so. They teach them at MLS all the time. And they are super, super, super helpful in not only when you're writing a contract, but when you're also doing things for listing stuff like that. It's going to help you in the long term. Hi, Miss Melissa.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good, thanks.
So you guys got all
Did I
the,
miss anything?
we're just going over where to find permits and stuff. So
Okay.
we got the check in the links in the chat. If you
Okay.
don't have them, I'm gonna throw them in the group chat here in a second as well. You guys doing okay? I feel like everyone's energy is just so depleted lately. Do I need to buy Red Bulls and ship them to your houses? I'll do it.
How do you know?
Bring some tomorrow morning. We might need it.
All right, I'll bring some tomorrow, Marcus. What was that, Nicole?
How do you know when you need a permit for something?
So on Pima County's website, there's also, if you go to pima.gov under development and choose development services, it's the do I need a permit page. And you can read through there and it tells you if you need a permit.
Okay, thank you.
So pretty much to answer your question, yes, you always need a permit.
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of small things you don't need permits for like changing out an outlet or replacing a receptacle cover. Anything minor like that, toilets, vanities, I think there is actually a permit for a toilet replacement now on some of them, but you don't need it.
Really?
It's really important for buildings, like anything that's been added on, square footage, 100% has to be permitted. Large storage sheds that are affixed to the ground have to be permitted. Even those that are like self-contained, like you see in the Home Depot parking lot, that are on their own bases, over a certain size, have to be permitted, depending on the neighborhood. So, great question.
Okay,
When
Thank
in
you.
doubt, look it up.
cool.
There's all kinds of activity in the office right now. See people walking by. What do you guys got going on this week? Any interesting things happening?
Showing.
Showings. Who's working clients right now? Who's got clients you're working? Okay, Renee's got a few. Okay, Laura's got a few. One in contract. Melissa, you got.
You in contract? I had one just fall out of contract.
Oof, you get it back.
I picked up a new seller today, but it's down the road.
Hey, down the road still counts. We'll get it done.
Yeah.
Order a listing book now or to get the preparation done for it so when time comes, you're ready to go.
So the buyer on my listing requested that my seller keep the air conditioning at 80 till we close.
Right?
And we agreed to it, and they agreed to pay the electric bill
Nice.
for the month. Yeah.
Wait, say that again?
So I have a listing, and the buyer wanted the air conditioning to be set at 80, even though nobody's living there. And we agreed to it, and we just requested that they pay the overage, and they agreed to pay the whole electric bill.
I was gonna say, you're not supposed to turn off the AC, are you?
No, but my seller kept it at 95.
Oh,
Just a brisk, nice, comfortable 95 degrees.
just a
And-
brisk.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's okay. That's a little high. Oh my god.
But nobody lives there.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm glad that they got it figured out and they're moving forward. So,
Yep.
but you're absolutely right. You are not supposed to turn off the AC or the electrical or anything until after closing.
Yeah, no, we didn't have it off. We just had it set really high. He
Right.
has it set at 95. And so, yeah, we're going forward.
I like it. Guys, I just want to see some greatness from you. I did put in the group chat a while ago, and I really didn't get a whole lot of people behind it. Do you think we can close out 50 deals in December? Why not? Exactly, Laura. Why not? Shit, you didn't know you were going to close out this many this year. Why don't we keep going? If there's some madness that I can spread it out there is when I get something in my head in Goshen, I usually pull you guys along with it. And you all benefit, right? Like, oh, wow, I'm making more money. This is weird. I don't like this. It's uncomfortable. I like my box. It's secure. It's safe. It's comfortable. Sorry. My job is to bring you out of that box, get you on to the next best thing in life. So it's just going to take some, and that's the work we do today is what we can do is to get a closing for December. And that's closing out the year. If you can get 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, let's do it. But I really think that we can hit a target of one apiece come December. Some of you are going to do more. Some are going to fall short. It's just the honest truth of it all. But those that show up tend to do more work. And when you do more work, you get more business. You get more business, you get more money. You get more money, you have a better life. Money is not the root of all evil. It's the lust of money that is. So we don't love the money. We love what the money can do for us. And I just want you guys to all do great things. So thank you for those who have sent me your 411s and kept updated on your goals and stuff like that. Keep them out in front of you. It's going to be helpful. I really wanted to focus on permits, property verifications, and turmoil that can be happening there. So anything else from the group?
Quick question on permits. If they add like a Arizona room, for instance, that's not permitted, you can still buy it or sell it. You just can't count it, correct? As square footage.
No, Arizona rooms are not square footage, if it's closed in or not.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys know what makes a room livable square footage?
Oh, set.
I heard something on Laura's lips.
Oh no, it's a bedroom. It's a closet. It has to have a closet for a bedroom.
That is true. So we have to have some kind of closet in a bedroom. What about livable square footage in total?
Does it have to have HVAC?
Climate control.
Even if it's a mini split?
That's climate control.
Okay, so then it does count if there's a mini split in it.
Yeah, it has to be a permanently attached heating source.
Okay.
So technically in Arizona, unless they've changed something I didn't know, they went off the New York Guide to Building Code, which was formulated in the 40s or something like that, where to be livable square footage, it had to have a heater. So Arizona was much the same, and I think mostly we just say as long as it's climate controlled. So it's because in New York, they would have all kinds of warehouses and squalors that were sold as livable footage, and people were dying in the middle of the night, freezing to death because there was no heat. So for a bedroom, it has to have 2 points of egress. What does that mean?
A window or next
And what else?
door.
In and out.
Two, make it simple and in and out. So a window, a door, 2 doors. It's real hard to have a room with 2 windows and no doors. Just saying. Try to get in it very easily. But it has to have a way in, a way out in the event that the one way in is blocked. So, and if it's on a higher than 3rd floor, it has to have some kind of ladder system. This way you'll see like high rises and apartment complexes have ladder exchanged on the outside of them. Again, New York Building Code.
I had one unusual building I looked at with a client. They had one door and a window, but the window was going to a storage room, not outside. I was wondering if that counts or not.
Was the storage room there before or after the house was built?
It looked like what the storage room was converted into a laundry room. Was basically, and that had several windows out, but also a door. But basically, you had to go to get into that room. You had to come from the outside. So it wasn't connected. That laundry room was not connected to the house, interior of the house.
Yeah, no, it was when it was originally built. I bet that laundry space wasn't there, and that egress was legal at the point, but not if it goes into another part of the house, it's not considered egress.
It was a converted workshop, so it wasn't. It was a commercial building before, and they converted it into. Basically, they wanted to convert it into student housing. The way it was set up was clearly set up for student housing.
Right. Jam as much as you possibly can in a tight space. You'll see a lot of that hanky stuff out there, so be careful. Be cognizant of it because appraisers are getting smart about those, and it will hink your deal. The difference between a den and a room is about 30 grand. But by definition, to have egress, they have to be able to leave a space, so outside of the structure. So, key takeaways from today: know the permit sites. They're in the chat. If you haven't saved them yet, do so now. Bookmark them on your computer. If you have time, when you find time, make time to take a property verification course. It's going to be super helpful for you. Maybe I can even talk to the MLS schools and see if they'll teach one for us. And third, knowing what you're looking at when you're walking properties. What could identify, what could be a potential issue for a permit issue for your buyers? And when you're walking houses for listings, ask them, did you guys do the addition? Did you do this work? Did you get it permitted? And they could say no. You can't sell it traditionally.
Did the agent that used to teach it for Ignite, did she retire? Because she's pretty thorough. Do you know who that was?
I don't.
Jay May. Because the last Ignite that I took before yours, we had a course from an agent that came in and taught it, and she was very, very thorough. but I don't remember her name. I could probably find it in my notes.
Yeah, once you find that.
Yeah, I'll look up because she handed out a lot of papers and stuff. So I'm sure her name is on there. I'll look and see and send it to you because maybe she would do it for us.
I'm sorry, I just saw Cindy and Cheyenne carrying a desk inside with two of our younger, more strapping, able agents walking in watching.
What's wrong with that picture?
Lots. But all right, lots and lots. Anyway, so sorry, didn't mean to be distracted. That's the problem with when I see things that are not safe, my brain instantly goes, what's going on? So would you guys be interested in a class like that? Some property verifications so you guys can help find out information, know information, quickly disseminate information. Most agents I talk to don't even know about the GIS when you click on it and how much information is there. When I show armless agents, they get pissed off because they don't have that. Monsoon is not that well organized. Well, what else can I help you guys with before our days get ran to an end? This is your time. Let's use it.
For sale by owner.
Yes.
So if you're bringing a buyer, you want to make sure that they offer a, what is it, an agent fee?
A buyer's, if they're going to be cooperating with buyer's agents?
Yes.
So, and if you want to bring the form, you should talk about the form.
Yes.
Unrepresented seller's compensation agreement.
Okay.
Unrepresented seller's compensation.
Just trying to
You
find the
do
best
that
way.
form first before you make an offer.
Yeah.
Yes. Get that signed before you ever present an offer.
And that's going to be in our documents, right?
Yes, it's in the AAR forms.
Okay.
DocuSign. Log in.
Okay.
Did you find it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was easier to find in .loop than try to go through command, but I do have it.
Oh, I got mine in command. Are you finding command hard to use?
No, just .loop's easier for me to navigate right now. But I can, I mean, I did enter in all the information that I needed to on command and submit stuff for compliance, so.
Ooh, did you do your green sheet in command?
Not yet, I haven't done that part yet, not yet. Almost there.
All right, we got a chat question. I picked up a weird potential buyer. I like the start of this. In future, she wants to buy, but currently she's looking for a property that is a single-story property that will allow to make it a group home for older folks, but she wants to rent now and not buy. Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time finding a property single-story that's gonna have multiple use zoning to do a home for a group home.
Right. Even if she buy, right? I mean, the zoning will not allow her to do that.
Well, you can buy houses.
And allow her to do that as an owner of the house?
You have to check. Some zones you can apply for a conditional use permit, but not all of them. It depends what zone it's in. You have to read it really carefully.
So I don't know how to advise her as a as a client.
So I would advise her if she's looking for a house that you can find properties and you can do research with the county and find houses that are conditional use. The problem is she going to want to spend the money to get those permits in place?
I think so, because she have a group home apparently in Phoenix, but she wants to move here. Well, she have one in Georgia, and then she moved to, or not Georgia, Chicago, and then she moved to Phoenix, and then she wants to move here.
So
I'm guessing she knew those kinds of legalities. Just don't know if we have those kind of things here.
yeah, I mean, Chaz, one of our agents, has 3 or 4 of them, group homes now. There's a couple of them out there. Just they're mostly in non-HOA areas. They can, like, you'll almost 100% not get the permit you need in an HOA. They have to have enough land around it to have a parking area large enough to support. I'm trying to remember all the criteria. It has to have multiple points of entrance, not just the normal egress, because it's considered a medical area. So they have to have a place for an ambulance to get close. They have to have a place for a parking lot, and it has to have enough space for parking for the tenants involved.
So it will not be a residential property.
So you can do it in residential. There was one down the street from my old house off of Orange Grove and La Cañada. It was on an acre that had a yard, massive yard, so it worked. Yeah, Laura said that she's seen them out in the Sahuarita area too. But that's typically what you're looking for, is a house that's single story, older built, 70s, 80s, on at least a quarter acre. I'm guessing that is about as small as you can get to have some kind of parking structure. So, but she'll say she'll message you. But good question. I like weird clients.
Thank you.
It teaches you how to become interesting. What other question you guys got? No? Fantastic. I love it. Laura, you and Jason doing Mega Camp? No. Okay. It's all good. Okay. Well, if you guys have nothing else, then go out there in the world and do great things. I will be off-site for the next 3 days. I will have my cell phone. I will have my computer, so I will be remotely accessible. So if I don't answer the call, text me right away, but I will get back to you. For those of you who need me emergency-wise, there are no emergencies in real estate.
Call 911.
Call 911, also known as the 662-1122 or 622. I don't know.
Exactly.
Whatever the broker's hotline is.
Enjoy the Ritz. I used to be a concierge there.
You know, I'm probably going to be the most underdressed person in that entire building, and I'm okay with it. But I'm going to support the agents.
I'm going to beat you to that.
Slippers and sweats, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for spending some time with me this Monday. Robin, again, thank you for joining us, showing us the permit stuff. I appreciate your give back. I do. I will work on get information for the property verification instructor that Dory was talking about. Jay is actually outside my office, so as soon as he gets done, I will ask if he remembers and see if we can't get that set up, and we'll do something either through the PC program or we'll do something out in general education. So thank you again. Go out there, do something great with your days, and I'll talk to you soon.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, guys.